So yeah. Is that our very hard segue into the next?
Yeah.
So
I haven't seen your newsreel, so I'm just as excited as the viewer to find out what's coming next.
Oh, they're riveted. They're absolutely riveted.
All 6 of them.
Yeah. Oh, crikey. If we get 6, I'll be chuffed.
Mummy and Daddy and...
Yeah. So, I mean, we've already touched upon this, but Ruble hits the ruble, the Russian ruble, hits a 7-year high against the dollar.
When? Today?
Yes.
I was not aware. I haven't listened to anything today.
Yeah, for anyone that knows, it's because Russia or Putin actually tied the value of the ruble to gold.
Kind of. Soft peg.
Yeah. And as soon as that happened, after collapsing somewhat, the ruble then started to come right back down and is now the best performing currency in the world. So, and again, this is like it's a microcosm. I wish people would read these news stories and go, oh, what's going on here?
I'd love to see a ruble versus a Japanese yen chart.
I never look at the Japanese yen.
It would just be a vertical line.
What is the Japanese yen suffering?
Crashing.
I'm talking about inflation. I've got another story coming up that's quite surprising, but it's a repeating pattern. But yeah, there's a reason why gold and silver are highly owned by China and Russia, and that is that they understand what the game is with currencies like the pound, the dollar. And that game is, there's people that are basically counterfeiting it, and they are able to rob the value of your money straight out of your safe without opening the door. So they understand this, and that's why they've been investing a lot in gold and silver. I think China don't actually let gold come out of the country anymore.
Really?
No, there's no exports of gold. So they're accumulating gold. I mean, it's surprising that they've managed to accumulate so much, and that yet the price hasn't changed. But I guess it's because the rest of the world are so bearish on gold.
Well, over here, I say over here, I mean, in the West, you've got like Bloomberg and FT calling gold a relic and just a silly stone or whatever. And meanwhile, China's not even letting it leave the country.
Yeah.
They know the score. They've got all the resources.
Why is it that they're doing that? These are the questions that I want people to ask. Mind you, I probably shouldn't harp on it, because I imagine that a lot of the people that would listen to this are, they understand the issue, and that is that we need scarcity in our money, and that's what Bitcoin was all about. It's creating something that is cryptographically scarce and provably cryptographically scarce, and no one can change the ledger. But as I say, Bitcoin is it's an experiment, and so I think you should own some. Well, Bitcoin I'm not that keen on anymore, but I think you should own some crypto. Maybe get something that's got a little bit more utility. Ethereum's another good option. I will be getting into what I am interested in with crypto, what I think are good projects. Anyway,
this is not financial advice.
No, crikey, yeah, I've got to say that. Well, I'm not a financial advisor, and I genuinely, you can't listen to anyone on the internet. They're including me, and including some of the very well respected crypto YouTubers. Everyone gets it wrong, absolutely everyone, and you just have to do your own research, and if you're going to buy something, you have to. What's the word? This is another problem. Is that brain farts, forgetting what I'm saying. You have to do your own research, and you have to basically take a leap of faith, basically. So, one thing I will say is that anything that is getting hyped like crazy is not worth buying. And that comes up to Luna. Luna's getting hyped massively. There's loads of cryptos.
Isn't Luna the one that crashed recently?
Yes. So it's You've got to, whenever something is very highly touted, you have to wonder why. But at the same time, it seems like a coincidence, because all of the projects that aren't a scam, and then they're not, you could describe them as scams, but all of the projects that are worthwhile investing in, they're not that commonly spoken about.